Today is the first day for early voting for the Georgia midterm elections. Yesterday, the Atlanta Press Club kicked off the Loudermilk Young Debate Series. Yesterday, they had a series of 6 debates that they hosted. One of those debates was for the 14th Congressional District. And in that debate, participants were Democratic candidate Marcus Flowers and also Republican incumbent Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. And it was a heated debate. Take a look.
Yeah, I didn't hear an answer there. Ladies and gentlemen, Representative Greene said she's passed all these bills and brought money into our district. Well, you haven't. You know,
no, I voted no to Joe Biden's radical Democrat bills, Marcus.
Don't necessarily come from Congresswoman Greene. People write grants for their organizations to get government money. That is competitive.
No, you're
if we had a congresswoman who was walking those grants through, perhaps. But Congresswoman Greene, she can't take credit for good things that happen while our people suffer.
Marcus, we're going to give you your last question. Josh, you get the final question for Marcus Flowers.
Mr.
Flowers. Also, there was another debate for the United States Senate. In that debate, the participants were Libertarian candidate Chase Oliver, Republican candidate Herschel Walker, and Democratic incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock. Herschel Walker decided not to participate in that debate, so he didn't show up, and he was represented by an empty podium.
I think it's important to point out that my opponent, Herschel Walker, is not here. And I think that half of being a senator is showing up. That's half of life. And I have shown up for the people of Georgia time and time again, especially on this issue of voting rights. I believe that a vote is a kind of prayer for the world that we desire for ourselves and for our children. I've worked hard to create a framework so that we can preserve our democracy.
Now, I want the voters to know that they do have a third choice in this election, and that I'm somebody who is very proud to be representing the people of the state of Georgia. Now, I liken the two-party system to pro wrestling. It's like having two people in a ring who are really pretending to fight each other and getting all their fundraising up, and then they go backstage and they laugh about how they earned so much money and they got so much attention. Well, I'm not here to fight a professional wrestling match. I'm here to go to work in Washington, D.C. for the people of Georgia. I don't have any interest in partisan bickering. I owe no allegiance to either party. I only owe allegiance to you, the voter.
I'm in Clayton County sitting in front of this early voting location, and this is in the 13th Congressional District. Now, yesterday, the Atlanta Press Club hosted a debate for the 13th Congressional District, and the candidates that participated in that were Republican candidate Cesar Gonzalez and also Democrat Representative David Scott. David Scott did not show up to yesterday's debate, and so Cesar Gonzalez debated an empty podium.
Well, if Governor Scott was here, if Representative Scott was here, I would ask him, your campaign mailer says that you brought $15.5 billion into the 13th Congressional District, which would have equated to over $21,000 per man, woman, and child. What would a community with that level of investment look like? And I say, looking at all the unfinished Job Corps facility in South Fulton, empty and abandoned businesses on Tara Boulevard, the lack of the promised Boys and Girls Clubs in the 13th District, manufacturers like Rivian electric vehicles locating elsewhere, one has to ask, where's that funding actually gone?
Now, as I mentioned earlier, today is the first day for early voting here in Georgia for the midterm elections. And Tuesday, November 8th, that'll be Election Day. So you have until then to get out and cast your ballot. Also tonight, make sure you tune in to the Atlanta Press Club Facebook page as Democrat candidate Stacey Abrams and Governor Brian Kemp will take the debate stage and go head-to-head in the governor's debate. I'll have highlights on that later on. I'm Tyrik Wynn in Clayton County.